天使愛の鎖許されない心の隅胸の鼓動が止まらない許されない心の隅胸の鼓動が止まらない
Some days it cries in secret all alone, over again and over again. Always him and his shadow he tries, though luck's not on his side. But if he just believes, that's all our hero really needs. He'll wield his sword to fight and be true to himself. And now behold his small hands as he holds every single thing that he loves, and every curse he bears with his name, and every moment ambition burns. Give him the light that will shine through it all. But if he just believes, that's all our hero really needs. He'll wield his sword to fight and be true to himself. His shadow stays to ask, what are you deep inside?
Hello, guys, and welcome to the 11th episode of the Teyvat Hangout. Today, we do not have a special guest. Just a heads up, it's going to be just me and Valk. I don't know if Valk is back from... I don't even know where he went.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, all right, awesome. So, today is episode 11. We got some interesting stuff to talk about, but I wanted to give you guys a quick heads up about what we're doing today. So I was reading through the comments, and these were actually very, very helpful. So today's podcast, we're going to try interacting with you guys a bit more. Okay, I've noticed that over the past few, even though we have been bringing in special guests, we haven't really been interacting with the chat as much as we really should. So we're gonna start, bringing you guys into the, discussions a bit more. We're not gonna drag you in the voice chat, but we are going to be keeping an eye on the chat and responding to any questions that we feel are worthwhile or constructive towards, what we're already discussing. All right. But today's episode is mostly focused on you guys today. So let's get to it, really. All right. So first things first. What's the people's thoughts on Yelan? I gotta know. Personally, I've been enjoying her. I even went super far as to, C6 her. Yeah, just a little bit.
Like her a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
A smidge. I think she's cracked. I've been saying it in my videos. I'll still say it. I think she's one of the top 10 units in the game. I don't think she's top 5. I don't think she cracks that bracket, but top 10 easily, in my opinion.
She's definitely top 10. No questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
No questions asked. Especially if you can get her cards. She's insane.
You can't really make a tier list for units at C6, I think.
You really can't.
I think at C6, you just kind of win the game.
No, but you see, this is the thing. Iwendaloo said that he feels that at C6, she's too strong. And if he's saying she's too strong, I'm sitting there like, is she really? And then I've been watching... Yeah.
She's very, very strong because her C6 turns every normal into a breakthrough barb, which already has insane base scaling.
Mm-hmm.
So she can pump out damage like no tomorrow. But her C6 turns her into a primary DPS, which is like a common case between a lot of these off-the-field characters. Like Kazu's another character that does it too.
Yes.
So it's not something you need, but if you're a really big Yelan enthusiast and you want her to be your number one, the character that's always on the field, then yeah, C6 is really the only way to do it.
C6 is the truth. I'm not gonna lie. Some people out here just pulling her because she's hot. And she works with Yoimiya. So yeah, that's definitely true, Yukute. But overall, what I found interesting about Yelan is how much she can front load damage, especially at C6. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, a lot of people don't really think about it. They see her as more like a overtime support, but she can front load a lot.
A lot of people don't get C6.
No, but I'm talking about even without the C6, she can front load a lot of damage, like on an opponent just instantly. Like, You've heard about the tech where you literally normal attack after you use her burst, but then you also tap the skill. So you have literally 2 sets of the dice shooting at the same time. Because
like
no, it's not a bug. Apparently they each have their own cooldown. So the skill has its own timer for the dice, while your normal attacks has its own timer. So you can actually just stack them.
Is this a C6 thing?
No, it's a C0 thing.
Huh?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have to go look it up.
You have to test it, but I've done it a few times. Iwendaloo even pointed it out. There's a tech where you can normal attack right after a burst and then use your skill, and it shoots out its own pair of dice. Because remember, the skill also activates the dice.
Oh, you mean so you get like 1 extra pocket of the dice off?
Exactly.
Oh, that's thinking too much. I thought you meant like you get like 2.
It's not hard though. You just literally just normal tap. That's it, and boom.
Yeah, but I mean it's just 1 extra activation. That's kind of just
true. But I mean, like when you get to C1, that's another extra. I mean, at C0, it's 7. It takes it from 15 to 17, and then at C1, it takes it from 15 to 18, and then if you do any other crazy nonsense on top of that, it's just a lot more on top of each other.
Yeah. My only issue is that I already kill everything too fast, so stuff like that I'm kind of just whatever about. Because I mean, Yelan plus Raiden alone, just those two characters together is absolutely cracked. If you throw in Sing Cho too for more off-field damage, it just gets even better. And then if you swirl Raiden with Kazuha, you're running through everything.
It's true.
Like,
very true.
You Raiden, Yelan, Sing Cho is an insane team.
It's super solid. I've been enjoying her with Hu Tao, especially because the C4. It gives her. I
figure
extra
you'd use her
HP.
more with Yoimiya.
No, Hu Tao, because she can give Hu Tao extra HP, which means I can just build EM on my Hu Tao without having to worry about it, and I can still maximize my elemental skill. That's why.
I got you.
A lot of people are tired of the emblem users, but I mean, at this rate, they keep releasing stuff that have busted elemental
Emblem's
bursts.
just a generalized set.
Yeah,
It's too general. It's going to be on everybody from here on out. I mean, the only way to get rid of Emblem is make a better ult-based set. ER and ult, it's too general, it's too good.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon, though.
Because it converts ER into ult damage, which is really, really, really strong. I mean, it's one of the reasons Raiden's one passive is so damn good, because it converts ER into electro damage. So she can easily get up over 100% electro damage just from having that conversion.
That's true.
So the main reason Emblem's not going anywhere is because it converts a very good stat into the thing, you normally want ER for. You want ER for an ult. So it's converting your ER into the exact thing you're trying to do. It's just too good of a general set.
The only thing I've worried about with Emblem is that I feel like it's created a stigma where people feel like kind of over invest in the ER to the point that it starts hurting their actual damage output.
I mean, that's for people to play with and find out on their own.
That's true.
Like, people have to determine how to build their own characters at this point. Because I mean, Raiden kind of exposed that the most. Because whenever Raiden came out, nobody had any idea how to build her. So it's like, as characters come out right now, characters are pretty simple. Like Ito, 8 defense, Yelan, HP, etc. Characters are really simple right now.
That's true.
But when more complicated characters like Raiden Shogun come out again, then at that point you might have to think a little bit more. But right now it's simple. Because building Raiden is so based on what you already have and the teams you're running her in, to the point where you can't really watch a YouTube guide and it'll tell you exactly how to build your Raiden. You kind of have to figure it out on your own. And as time goes on, more and more stuff like that will happen. So at this point, whenever it comes to people over investing in ER and stuff like that, I kind of just, they'll find their way.
Eventually.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Okay. So moving. Let's talk about Kuki Shinobu. Alright, so personally I found her input pretty useful. So sorry, I've been thinking about how she can be incorporated into future comps. Honestly, the only thing I've been really seeing that's semi worthwhile is possibly electro charge for if you want to have double electro on this for the resonance, then you have a healer, then you can still have a Beto on top of it. Or if you want to have her for a physical team comp with Eula. You know what I mean? Even though the number one go-to for a Eula team comp would be the Raiden Shogun. But let's just say for some reason you don't have Raiden, but you have Eula. I feel like Kuki is a pretty good alternative, not to mention she can, help consolidate roles a bit due to the fact that she is a healer. So I feel like she's gonna be niche, 100%. She's not going to be anybody's first option for a team comp, but she'll be a good option if you don't have the ideal one. That's what I
put her personally right around the same level as Toma. I think it's a good comparison.
You think that she's Toma? Toma's in a bad spot. There's really
Toma
nowhere you want to use Toma, even for
rarely used He's mostly used as a pyro applicator for like Hu Tao, so she could swirl while not having to burn her skill cooldown. That's about the only time Toma's really used, and I can see Cookie Shinobu being in a similar spot where she's only really going to be used when in very specific situations. If we're talking about, people not just wanting her because ninja waifu.
Oh yeah.
Outside of that, the only people really going to be using her are people that just really like Cookie Shinobu. Which I don't blame them. She's an awesome character. Just her kit's just okay. It's not good. It's not great. It's just fine. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's like breaking ground anywhere.
No, that's true. No, and it seems like people in the chat also agree. Like, would you put her over Fischl? I mean, maybe if you want some healing, but that's really it. Like, she only really comes into the conversation if you need to consolidate your roles and you need a healer. Like, for some reason, you don't have a hydro healer, even though everybody has a Barbara. But you might not want to use Barbara, so you just use Kuki instead. Really, Kuki's for people who don't have their ideal options. But again, at the same time, most people have characters that can fit the role better than her, and they can make workarounds. I mean, that's the best part about Genshin. You can make teams to fix your weaknesses, and it's not very hard to put a healer in your team comp.
I see her mostly getting her use out of Mono Electro, although I don't know a lot of people who actually want to run Mono Electro. But for those that do, they're probably really excited about her.
That's true. Especially since the Electro does technically... Hold up. You take over.
Alright. So yeah. Cookie Shinobu Stinky Poo Poo. Her kid is too risky for HP scaler. Yeah, I mean, she's also got a bunch of mixed scaling, so it's like... Mixed scaling traditionally just does not do that well. And if she was more hyper-focused into one role or another, she'd probably be a lot better, especially considering the teams you're going to want to run her in. But it's just not going to be worth it. You'll always have a better option. Because she's like Jean in the fact that she's like a jack of all trades, a master of none. Mm-hmm. But whereas Jean's actually good in everything she does, Cookie Shinobu's kind of just mid at everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know a lot of people aren't really liking the idea of the healer being, HP scaling and also sacrificing her own HP in order to activate her elemental skill. Which I could definitely understand that if it kind of feels counterproductive when you really think about it. But honestly, I think the main thing is that we're really going to have to see what really happens when she gets released. And a lot of people are kind of keeping her pending because they believe that she might have a place for Dendro. I mean, we've been looking at Yaimiko and her having some of that extra bonus on her EM scaling, Kuki having an extra bonus on her EM scaling. So I think people are hoping that there is something with the Dendro reaction where these Electro characters that already have, an innate bonus for having their EM scaling kind of benefit when they react with Dendro. So it might bring about like a whole new, how can I say it? I guess just meta for Dendro / Electro with these characters. Because let's be real, Kuki and Yaimiko, not in the best of states. So it would be nice if there was a reaction that would really help push them forward.
I've explained this with Yaimiko before too. Yaimiko's kit, or her damage I should say, is perfectly fine. She is a good unit. She just is absolutely fucks over any intention of any synergy within your team because she has way too much on-field time for what she provides. She's an off-field DPS who takes a good 5-6 seconds on the field, and that just kind of ruins a lot of rotations. So if they want to make Yaimiko relevant in any way or form, they need to speed up her on the field time because it's not good. It really ruins a lot of rotations.
That's facts. But anyway, I feel like we've covered more than enough with Kuki right now. Let's talk about the boy that's coming in patch 2.8. Redacted. Shikanoin Hazo. So I mean, there's not much known. And unfortunately, we would have already known a little bit about him if the delay never happened, because we would have had our 2.8 preview stream by now. But I'm going to say this. I am looking forward to him. I'm still trying to... I'm really wondering what he brings. I mean, I know what he brings, but I can't talk about what he brings. But if y'all know what he brings, then you could wonder with me.
Well, he, via official sources, we know he's Animo.
Yeah.
And do we know his weapon?
Nope.
Okay, we don't know his weapon, but we do know he's Animo.
Yeah.
So we can assume he's going to be able to swirl a good bit.
Oh yeah.
So that already places him potentially in Bido with Taser teams.
Use him, yeah. You can use it with Taser. You can use it with... I mean, wherever
no matter
Animo
what he
can
does,
go,
we know he's going to be able to swirl.
Yeah, he's going to be able to swirl.
So,
and obviously, his best
Taser
set's
team's
going to
already
be VV. No question.
Is a good example is, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but for like Sukokomon's a good example.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of Sucrose teams where she's the driver, actually. She's the main damage dealer, although she's not the one actually dealing damage, purely because she can swirl so consistently. So if Heizo comes out with any way to constantly swirl, very similar to Sucrose, then he's already going to have a place in teams regardless of his damage.
That's
So you're not exactly using Sucrose for her damage whenever that. I mean, her EM buffing helps out a lot, but her damage is kind of negligible in those teams. So if Heizo comes out being able to do any sort of meaningful damage whatsoever, as long as he's put into those specific teams that already work really, really well with Sucrose, odds are he's going to be pretty damn good.
Huh. So you could make a potential driver. Yeah, that'd actually be pretty cool. Having a on-field and Nemo driver. Because like the thing is, Zhao can be a driver, but the problem is that Zhao don't care.
No, Xiao, the thing is you would be losing so much on Xiao, because if you sit there and try to normal attack with his ult active, you're going to be missing out on so much actual AoE DPS he can do. And if you're doing it against a singular boss, it's kind of cope.
Yeah.
But
Very
Xiao
true.
can swirl on normals. He definitely can. It's just not worth it.
Yeah,
And
but he's
also
not really a
to mention-
fan of VV either.
Yeah, he can't really, like, you really can't use Xiao as like the primary driver without a secondary Animo, because he needs some sort of battery.
Yeah.
To be able to actually fund his ult, to have
Yeah,
that
that's very
constant
true.
swirling. So he has massive cooldowns outside of the actual ult itself. So I don't think it would ever be actually feasible to use Xiao in that way. You could, but I don't think it'd be actually worth it.
It's always been funny to me too when I think about it, because it's like, man, we have like a Nemo DPS here, but he don't actually care about swirling.
No, not at all.
He's always been funny.
They
to
do
me.
that a lot with Animo DPS specifically, because Animo doesn't really have good damaging reactions.
Yeah.
Swirl is mostly a supportive reaction, and the fact that it basically, Viridescent Veneer is all you really need to know with Swirl. But it can proc BV, which makes it a much more supportive role. So a lot of times with the Animo characters they put out, they give them very, very high multipliers to compensate for the lack of damage. So if Heizo comes out as a primary DPS, while I don't think he's going to have the base stats to compensate, you could always slot in like a Bennett or something to compensate for the low attack. But I do believe he's going to have really good multipliers if he's like every other Animo unit in the game.
That's true. Very true. Very true. All right. Anyway, let's step away from Heizo for now. We revisit him in a bit, in a week or two, and we should, in 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, we should have information, official information.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, about 2 weeks or so. I think
About
we're
2 weeks.
reaching the third week of the patch already.
Yeah. And Cookie's about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it hasn't been up for 2 weeks though. It usually goes 4 weeks and then like a little change. So we still got
21 days. It's 3 weeks.
Yeah, but Yelan's not even 2 weeks in yet.
Well, she's not. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was almost. I thought we're almost
she's
on
only
the third
she's
week. Man,
nah,
that's
she
like
only has she literally still has to get to Tuesday before we finish 2 weeks.
Man, that's, so we're still like 2 weeks away from the stream then.
Yeah,
A little bit more.
Yeah,
Two
more
and a
than
half.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2.5.
And hopefully we get a Sumeru preview, because
Finally, we need that.
I highly doubt Sumeru's next patch, but I think it might be the patch after.
No, it has to be the patch after. Because the thing is this, I assume that we're gonna have a summer patch again. So
Yeah.
So we definitely should be getting Sumeru after, especially if they keep the same theme. Where
Speaking of, we haven't had outfits like costumes since
no, we have
Lantern.
not. We have not.
So
It would be a good time to get some skins. Just saying.
it would. The other thing is, we've only ever gotten 4-star skins.
And 5 stars, but 4 stars for
No.
free.
No. We've only ever gotten 4-star skins. If you go look, skins have rarities.
Oh yeah.
We've never
you're
gotten
right.
a 5-star skin.
We've never gotten a 5-star skin. You're right.
Mhm.
I love with that.
So it might be time. Who knows?
Might be time. Not wrong. Not wrong. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic that I need us to discuss, which is boom. So I wanted to discuss the story, the Archon quest, if you will. Guys, it's been more than a week. It's on you if you haven't done the Archon quest.
It's pretty good. I recommend doing
It's
it.
actually very good. It's very, very good. But
It's my second favorite quest.
I will say that I am glad that they finally have done this. This is like the first Archon. Well, okay, sorry. This is like the second quest where they've really like brought people from different nations. They did that before with the Iridori Festival.
Mhm.
That was kind of our first taste with it, right? But now we have like Ito and Kuki and Liwa, and that's pretty dope too. So I'm hoping that they kind of keep this formula. Now, obviously, you know, like when we get to a new nation, they kind of like keep it in its little bubble for a while. But, you know, after like everything's done and resolved, you know, we start intermingling the characters and having like specific ones meet. I feel like that's just the way to go, and it makes the world feel just bigger and more alive.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves seeing their favorite characters interact with each other. Like Yomi and Klee was just awesome.
True.
So seeing like broody, gloomy Shao interacting with the dumbass that is Arataki Ito.
Hmm.
This is literally what it is. He's just a big old goofball. It's really entertaining seeing the dynamic, especially like Yelan's pretty much a hard ass, and so is Shao. So seeing them butt heads is also pretty entertaining.
Oh, yeah,
Watching
that was
characters like personalities clash. It's pretty cool. I like it when they do that. I'm looking forward to like an Archon quest. Like, let's say we got to go against our brother, or whatever, and his army of the Abyss,
Ooh.
or I guess sister, canonically speaking.
Independent.
Got to go against our sibling with the army of the Abyss, and we bring in all of everybody. It's like a smash thing. So a cutscene with like Zhongli, Venti, Raiden, everybody that we've met would be
Just
so
wants a
sick.
giant clash.
It would be so sick. You can't tell me it wouldn't. Because
It would be
I know
dope.
we're heading for something like that.
It would be pretty dope.
At least it feels like it.
I think we'll get there eventually. Now, something I do want to say. You guys are making a good point in the chat. Like, it was like no NPCs, and honestly,
I like
it's
it like
a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they can't have like a random NPC once in a while in an Archon quest to help drive the story. But like what they were doing before was literally like, we sit here talking to this dude we never met before, and we'll never meet again. And we
that.
sit
The best
there for the whole
example
quest.
is the island with Ito, right?
Yes.
The whole thing was a bunch. Like, actually, I ended up caring about the kid, the spooky ghost kid. But outside of that kid, everyone else I didn't care about, dude. I just skipping through dialogue. But it's just like I don't care about the random NPCs in the world, and they do that a lot. I always used to complain about it, that they do way too much exposition for stuff that doesn't matter.
Yep.
Because a lot of times with those quests, it feel like they do in like Dora the Explorer level stuff, where it's like insulting my intelligence. It's like, where's the hat? Oh, the hat's on their head. There it is. With like a bunch of random NPCs I don't care about. So this was definitely a breath of fresh air. Like I said, it's my second favorite quest too, so it shows.
No, that's 100% understandable. Like, I don't even blame it. But honestly, the fact that they did that, it was much needed. People are talking about the Yelan story. Oh yes, the Zhong Li cameo at the end was chef's kiss. I gotta say that. That was no question. Because for a second there, I thought your wish was about to come through where Zhao actually dies.
I was hoping, dude, that would complete his arc. Finally, peace at last. But actually, if he fell in there, he wouldn't have died. He would have been trapped for all eternity to suffer. So,
I mean,
it would have been the
eventually I
opposite.
think he would have died because he would have been in the same thing that Bosacius was in.
Bosacius died due to fighting the monsters that aren't there anymore. Xiao's immortal. He would have just been fighting his Yaksha friend for eternity.
Didn't Bosacius succumb to his karma at the end?
If I remember right, he succumbed to fighting the monsters from Conria.
I'll have to double check. It's all good. It's no big deal. Okay. So, other than that, though, so who was the most impressive character from the story quest for you? Like, who do you feel? Bosacius? You felt like he carried the story
It was a
quest?
Giga Chad. Actually, Ito carried the story quest. I'm not gonna lie, because otherwise, if Ito wasn't there being Ito, with the levity needed, it would have been a very depressing quest because it would have just been Xiao all gloomy and brooding, Yelan being Yelan, all mysterious and hating everybody. And it would have just been a very monotonous quest. But Ito constantly there to do very dumb things and break up the monotony was really nice.
I can respect that. 100%.
I think Ito honestly carried.
No, in my opinion, Ito did carry, but Kuki did help too. She played a pretty good supporting role because they're like jokes off of each other were hilarious. That's for sure. I definitely
Also,
feel
the English VA for Ito is really
Max
good.
Middleman.
He nails it.
He's a beast. He is a beast. Like, in my opinion, he's the best Ito voice, which is rare. It's very rare for the EN VA to have the best voice out of all of the characters. But personally, for me, Max Middleman is the best Ito. And I don't care what anybody says.
I'd
I don't
agree.
care what anybody says.
I think the Chinese one's the best singer, but
Oh, the Chinese one's a good singer. But Max
I
just
think
puts
the
in
dude
that
was like an
extra
opera
flair.
singer. Too. Yeah, he does.
That
Yeah, he
extra
sings it.
flair, bro. It's too much.
Because that's what Ito is. Ito's a very loud personality, very loud and boisterous, and he's always messing up somehow too. So he sells it. He sells it a lot.
does.
Sells it really well.
They out here telling us that Yen Fei carried the story. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I mean, I love Pyro, but even I can't give that to Yen Fei. Honestly, out of all of the characters that were involved, Yen Fei kind of had the weakest role in my opinion. Like, no shade, but she kind of was really just there to set up the story, and then she was like, "Yeah, I'm doing
He was
stuff
like the
to help
guide for the
progress it."
traveler.
Yeah, exactly. Like Yelan was epic, especially during the animation sequence at the end. Oh, she was too clean. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Ushi carried.
Ushi carried.
Ushi
man, was
did
breaking
carry
it
that
down.
story.
I love how they just had him idly dancing constantly in every scene he's in.
The whole time.
Ushi, we're trapped for our lives. Help get us out of here. Man's breaking it down.
Oh man. Nah. Honestly, I've got to say the Arataki gang delivered that patch. This patch. They really did. The Arataki gang was pretty dope. And it was nice that we got to see like Kuki Shinobu's character before we actually get her as like, you know, a playable character. Because I feel like that may have tipped the scales for some people if they were going to get her or not, you know? Just getting like that nice little introduction to her. But okay.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
I gotta ask. Which Yaksha, not including Zhao, because I know you love Zhao. Which Yaksha is your favorite?
Bosacious.
Bosacious?
Giga Chad.
Bosacious is a
Straight up
beast.
Giga Chad.
I kept calling him Bodacious.
I kept calling him Bosco because I couldn't remember his name. I knew it was something with a B and an O.
Dang. Nah, personally, I've seen a lot of people hype up the Hydro Yaksha. Like, a lot of people love the Hydro Yaksha. Personally, for me, you already knew, I'm a fan of the Pyro Yaksha. I was kind of sad that she wasn't playable.
She's definitely, out of all of them, she's definitely not going to be played.
Oh, yeah.
If you've seen that cutscene.
Oh, true.
Yeah, she's
Dead.
never going to be playable, so. The Hydra one kind of ran her through.
No, the
I just
Hydro
don't know
one ran
which
the
one it
Geo
is
one
that-
through. The Pyro one was the one that was screaming in agony by
I thought it was
herself.
the other one.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, the
I'm
Hydro
sure.
one ran the Geo one through. Yeah.
But I couldn't remember which one lost their mind. I don't know if
It was the
like
Pyro one's the one who just freaking lost her mind. She went crazy.
yeah, and started attacking everybody and had to be put down like a rabid dog.
All I know is this: the Pyro one went crazy. Hydro and Geo basically took each other out, and then Bodacious over there went to
Yeah.
the chasm and had his last rites.
It's like it was cool to see the process of maddening too,
Yeah,
because like he was maddening due to his karmic debt, but he wasn't. He was still in control of his actions.
yeah.
Just reality wasn't what he perceived it to be, and he would go in and out of reality. So he's very aware of what was going on.
That's facts.
I
You
thought
see, that's what
just
I always
seeing
thought.
the process was cool.
But I think it depends on the Yaksha too, what
Yeah,
they go through. Because I mean, you saw like the Geo and the Hydro, and even though they've worked together for whoever knows how long, they started fighting. You
Yeah.
know, and then we freaking had
It's
the
'cause
Pyro
one
one
lost
just
their
losing
mind.
her mind.
one lost their mind. And I think one lost their mind and killed one, and then the other one had to kill it.
I
Yeah,
wish they
killing
went
each other.
into like I love that they went into Bodacious. Keep calling him Bodacious now. I love that they went into Bosacious's you know, how he ended, but I wish they kind of gave us a little bit more details on the other three, like how they at least left this world. You know, like we have
I
snippets.
think we will. Because we have the shrine to the one. I don't remember his name because the shit was basically a side quest.
Yeah,
We had the shrine to the one Yaksha.
it was.
But we
Pervadi or
also
something.
learned that there's a lot more Yakshas.
That's
than what we
another
originally
thing,
thought.
and that's actually something I want to discuss with you too. Ashikai had a theory that there's more than one. There's more than just the 5 Yakshas that we know about, and that some of these other Yakshas are actually in Sumeru.
I haven't the slightest idea. I'm
I'll
guessing
show
it's
you. I'll show you the
something
video
to
later.
do with like. I'm guessing it's something to do with like where Yaksha, the term Yaksha actually comes from. And it's
Mhm.
not like Chinese.
Yeah,
It's actually like isn't it like
it's like
Hindu?
it's like
Or
Hindu.
Indian?
Yeah, and that's the thing. She was like connecting everything, and she was explaining that the Yakshas aren't just in Liyue. There should be Yakshas in Sumeru as well. So
yeah.
and when they said that the Yakshas were more like it's not there's multiple Yakshas, not just those 5. As soon as they said that, I was sitting there thinking like, whoa, her theory might be right, you know, about there being more Yakshas in Sumeru. So now I'm really looking forward to patch 3.0 because now I want to know, are there more Yakshas? Because apparently there's more than the 5 we already knew about.
Yeah, because it's funny because the Yaksha is a Hindu term, while Shao specifically wears a Japanese style Oni mask,
Mhm.
and it's like they're like a cultural mix of a bunch of things,
Yeah.
design and wording. But
Sure.
his name, he's a Chinese name, Japanese outfit with a Hindu term for him, right? So it's pretty interesting, and whether or not there's a ton of them or not, I have no idea, but I guess we'll see.
Yo, hear this out. So Yukita hit this. So Bodacious lost his identity. Pyro lost her mind. Hydro and Geo fought while Zhao lost his height.
He never had it to begin with. Can't
I don't
lose
know,
with
man. Maybe
back.
that karma was kicking in, making him straight.
He's always been called the boy Adeptus.
Oh man.
Even the tales of him, like in the lore, are all about like people seeing a small, like a middle-aged child in the moonlight fighting to the death with a bunch of demons and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all like the lore we had about Shao before he like came out. It was a bunch of tales like that. To the point where they knew he existed.
Yeah. So okay, Faye James makes a good point. I thought a Yaksha was a type of Adeptus, and that's what I thought too. I originally thought Yakshas were like, you know, Zhongli's right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always thought that the Yakshas were like Zhongli's right hand crew. You know, like I thought the Yaksha was a title given to like Zhongli's group of elites. Like I thought they were just elite Adeptus. You know what I mean? But now I'm finding out there's just a bunch of Yakshas.
Even the Adeptus, like Adeptus is a Yaksha is a title. Adeptus, well, actually, I don't think Yaksha is a title. I think Yaksha is like a type of being, like how Zhongli's an elemental being.
Yeah.
And Venti, and Adeptus is a title. Because I'm pretty sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like the current Adeptus outside of Shao are all elemental beings.
You
where
see,
they
but
can
that's,
shape-shift
I'm
and do
starting
all
to
this
think
stuff.
the Adeptus, but you see, Madam Ping's an Adeptus.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to think the Adeptus are kind of just like heavenly beings.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, and that, but I always consider the Adeptus kind of just like
Could be a
Zhongli's
lesser
group.
god, like the goddess Salt Lady. It could be stuff like that.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of terms for these groups. You see, I always considered the Adeptus / Yaksha kind of like the 4 winds for Venti. You know what I mean? Like Venti had his 4 winds, and then I always assumed like the Adeptus were like heavenly beings, but the Yaksha was like his elite group. And then that's like Zhongli's thing, you know? But
Yakshas are like natural born demon hunters.
Apparently.
And I'm curious about how the process of Yaksha is born, because as far as we know, they're not really born, they're made.
Yeah. So that's another thing I want to know too. These guys were all going crazy. What the hell was Zhongli doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it feels like Zhongli just put an expiration date on them. How your iPhone like expires, they were fucking expiring after a while. So I don't know. Like, there's a lot of questions there, and it's a lot of intricate lore that I don't think will ever get answered, because Genshin's not that type of game. It's a very, very casual experience.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll ever get these questions answered, but they do exist.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so let's see what you guys pulled up. Who's your favorite? The Electro Yaksha, Bodacious. Second is the Hydro Yaksha, and tied is the Geo and Pyro Yaksha. Yep, that sounds about right. Oh, snap. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. Oh, yes. So, I want to talk to you guys. Well, we want to talk to you guys about Honkai Star Rail, and we're going to talk about some Zenless Zone Zero after this as well. But what are your guys' thoughts on, like, just Hoyoverse creating these new games and everything? Like, how do you guys feel about it? Personally, I kind of like it, but I feel like the part of the reason they're trying to, like, blitz a bunch of these new games out is to kind of keep us under the umbrella that is Hoyoverse. Because
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna let you take this.
All right, no problem. 2 anime? You found a thing calling it 2 anime? I don't know about that one. But the thing that you guys really should know about Star Rail is that character building and everything is very, very similar to Genshin. Instead of specific weapons, you get light cones. There are still artifacts. I think you have to get 6 artifacts instead of 5. Not to mention, it's very similar. The only real difference is that Star Rail obviously is turn-based, but also they have a system where instead of it just being just talents, it's also talents and like stats. So you can improve like speed or attack or something while you're improving their talents, like skill multiplier and all that stuff. Yeah. But I'm honestly enjoying it. I mean, I didn't get in to the beta, but I've been enjoying watching, and it looks like something I definitely want to pick up myself. Let's see what you guys got to say. So I'm down for it. Got to spend the money before they get mad. Taxes from CA. Really like the character designs, but not planning to play the game because of how stingy Mihoyo's been with Genshin. Couldn't care less for new games. Playing one Mihoyo game is draining as it is. I get it. But yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. Honkai Star Rail is looking really good. The animations are dope as well. I mean, freaking about the other day when we were watching the Summer Game Fest, and he finally actually saw some of the animations that were going on in Honkai Star Rail. Even he was surprised. He was like, "Wait a second, isn't this a turn-based game?" I'm like, "Yo, bro, this is basically Epic 7 on crack." And it looks good. It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. And what I've told people is, like, if you're a fan of Epic 7, you're probably gonna be a fan of this. 100%. That's for sure. But I'm honestly really looking forward to this. It looks pretty dope. They just gave a sneak peek to the design for the second world, it seems. So that'll probably come out with the actual launch, because there's a bunch of characters from that second world. Similar to, you know, how we had Mondstadt and Liyue. So I'm guessing they're going to be doing something similar to that. But I guess the main thing I really want to get across is expect a lot of similarities to Genshin. That's really what I want to say. Expect a lot of similarities to Genshin. It seems like how they're approaching the story is quite similar. Obviously, there's not Archons and stuff, but there's going to be a lot of similarities, which is going to make it good for Genshin players to pick up. But at the same time, a lot of people may find that, you know, lackluster and boring. So if you do give this a shot, just keep that in mind, that you're probably going to have a bit of deja vu. That's for sure. I agree with you guys. Same mentality, motivated by answering the survey. We'll keep playing, yes. We'll recommend Genshin to others, no. Exactly. All right, Valk, you back? Oh, still not back. Well, doesn't matter. We're gonna get into the next topic. Zenless Zone Zero. So we finally saw some combat footage the other day on what's his name? Summer Game Fest. I don't know how many of you guys have actually seen the footage. You should check it out. They just dropped some combat footage with the new character footage for Soldier 11. But the real thing I want to say is that this looks amazing. I don't know how many of you have been keeping an eye on it. I don't know how many of you guys have been checking it out. But this game looks like it's going to be sick. Like, really, really good. I could definitely see this game getting a lot of traction. Maybe not Genshin level traction, but it's gonna be up there for Hoyoverse, I believe. The character designs look insane. The combat is... oof. Combat's nice. I don't know how many of you guys saw the combat, but they have like this switch assist system that's insane. Basically, you can have like... you could set up one of your characters to do a skill, then immediately switch to a new character while that character's still like finishing that action, and you can just come in and combo with them. It's crazy, but it's looking really, really dope so far. Honestly, it's really tough to say how it's gonna be at the end of the day until we get more. But the beta is coming up soon, so we'll probably get to see firsthand what it actually is doing up in there. But I'm not gonna lie, this seems like the next thing. Need Scarlet Witch and Genshin. Make her a maid. Yeah, Scarlet Nexus, it does remind me of Scarlet Nexus a bit. It does. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it seems like apparently it's supposed to be a roguelike. And I don't know how many of you guys... 5 more minutes? Alright, got you. I don't know how many of you guys have played roguelikes. Personally, I haven't played that many. I'm still kind of new to the genre myself. but from what I've seen of roguelikes, they can get pretty intense and pretty dope really quickly. So I'm definitely going to have to, keep an eye out for this one for sure. But again, I just can't wait for this. I think them working on these new games is honestly a good move because it's going to give let's be real, Genshin makes up a majority of the player base for Hoyoverse. It's just a fact, right? But having these offshoots that people can play within the sphere that is Hoyoverse not only helps retain a lot of, customers, but also gives people something else to do while supporting the company that they like. You know what I mean? Especially with Genshin slow periods, because they happen. So, slow period in Genshin, no problem. Play a little bit of Honkai Star Rail while you're chilling. Oh, maybe play some ZZZ. I know a lot of people play Honkai whenever Genshin's slow anyway. Spinning and it broke my hand. Covered. Well, you can't tell that sounds like a personal problem. This man told me, hold up. He said, yo, can you stop the stream for like 5 minutes for a minute? I need to clean my hands. This isn't about you. Oh man. Anyway, but yeah, it's looking like they're doing, at least the Genshin money's being used for something. I guess we could say that. Also, it seems like they have another project that is not officially announced yet, but it will be eventually. But yeah, they have another project that is going to be announced probably later, but I don't know what it's going to be. A lot of people are assuming it's the shooter that Hoyoverse has apparently been working on for a while, so we'll see if that's the case. But yeah, there's another game on the rise for Hoyoverse. Just keep that in mind. So you are probably gonna see 3 games come out within the next year or 2. So good luck. Good luck. I just want Star Rail to come out because I feel like Genshin's reached that point as a creator. I can't grow anymore because the space has been, how can I say it? The space has been occupied. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like, I'm not gonna cover Genshin anymore. I'll still cover Genshin. But at the same time, everybody kind of has their go-to creators at this point, and there's not really room for like new people to come in and grow until the old peeps leave. You know what I mean? So it'd be like that sometimes. Anyway, let's do some Q&A while we wait for Valk so he can come back and do the Valk needs to do the trivia for you guys to see who wins a Welcome Moon. But let's do the Q&A. So you guys got any questions, feel free to ask them. Whenever they develop a SAO game, they mention...
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. While us Genshin players are constantly staving for content, Genshin making all this bank Hoyo out here making 3 games. It'd be like that sometimes. Thank you, Night Owl. Greatly appreciate it. Oh man. You have anything you want to talk about in the Zone Zero while we wait for questions?
It looks good, but I'm worried about it being more of like Genshin, to where like once you're past the honeymoon period, there's just nothing to do. So it depends on the direction they want to take the game, because the way like Genshin's a fantastic game. It's an amazing like AAA experience, especially if you just treat it like, a regular 40-hour game. The only issue is in a regular 40-hour game, the story has a beginning, middle, and end, and Genshin works still at the beginning. But the issue is that with that live as a service game, they want you to keep coming back for little to nothing to experience the story, and they make it so it's not repeatable at all and a very casual going experience. It's a formula that doesn't work. It doesn't work for the long-term player, but it works for the super casual new player.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, a bunch of people were saying, even I was watching MTash video today, he was talking about it, like how 2 years from now, somebody that plays Genshin for the first time is going to have an amazing experience, because there's going to be so much to do in the, like at the beginning, that they'll be occupied for a while. And I think about it too. I'm like, dang man, imagine somebody that comes in after the freaking Snezhnaya story is like done. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna have a ball. It's gonna be crazy.
Only issue is for the people that have been there a while.
Yeah, that's facts. That's the main issue. Like, since we kind of stick with it, and from the day to day, we only get a small snippet of content every time. We don't get to come in and just have like a bunch of content that we're just like trying to consume while they're still releasing more. You know, we're literally eating as we're finishing the plate before the next plate comes out.
Yeah, basically, that's basically what's been happening, and it definitely does suck. But I do see hopefully changes in the future about it, but they haven't done anything to address it so far. So as far as it goes, my expectations are just kind of at this point. I've just accepted the fact that the game will never be what I want it to be, which is fine because I'm not Hoyo. Like my opinion doesn't matter in the end. But that's just basically how it is. That's how you have to look at it.
True, very true. All right, so we got some questions. How many games do you think will be released before Daiwei has enough of our sanity to take over the world? Pretty sure he's already doing pretty good for himself right now. I mean,
do you know the way?
They're already investing in nuclear shit. It's space. It's space program. Can you believe that? You didn't know that? They're investing in the space program.
Why?
Because they have money.
They're gonna send a Paimon to space or some shit?
I guess so.
I know they put that one like statue under the sea. So who knows?
Who knows what they're doing? But they've been using the money for some interesting things. Very interesting. Okay, what's the next one? Are you guys planning on getting any cons? Going to any cons? Oh, any cons!
Any convention?
Oh,
yeah,
it's a good question. Actually, I would love to go to a con.
I would too, but you two don't make that much.
I would love to go to a con, but nobody knows me there. I just go for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I would probably the only con I would probably go to is A-Con in Dallas. And no, it's not A-Con the singer. No. A-Con's
music.
A-Con is it's a pretty okay sized con. It happens in Dallas, which is nearby to me. So I'd probably go there, but that's about it. I don't think I would go. Like, you wouldn't see me at Anime Expo. Not anytime soon. You wouldn't see me at Anime Expo.
Maybe in a couple years, whenever my channel is growing at a good pace, maybe then I do stuff like that. But as it is right now, I'm just chilling.
True.
Can't afford to go do things like that.
Yeah, you see, he's right. You keep saying that Genshin's ruined you guys so much. You thought you were talking about Constellation.
I mean,
it's true.
Conventions right away.
I thought about Constellation.
I mean, whenever they said when you going to other cons, I was like, oh,
going to cons. Like, as soon as I read that right, I was like, oh. Well, is Hoyo truly a small indie company? I heard the Summerfest announcer said so. That's a damn lie. Former small indie company, if you want to say that, but that's about as good as it's gonna get.
They have the most successful gacha game in the planet, and gacha games were already the most profitable game out of any of them.
Yeah.
So you do the math.
True. Yeah, you guys ain't gonna catch me at no Anime Expo. That ish is expensive too.
I do not like a lot of people around me, so if I ever go to a convention, it's purely to meet you guys. It is not for my own happiness. I'll let you know that right now.
Oh man. Like, if I knew there was gonna be like a group of peeps, like, I'd probably go, but I'd probably just hang out with the group of peeps. You see what I mean? So if it was like, oh yeah, like there's gonna be like 20 of us hanging out at like Anime Expo, I'd go. You know, that's it. I would either have to have a group there, because I'm not going there because I know I don't got fans like that. All right. Let's see. What's the next thing? Oh, yes. Actually, it's time for Wait, I don't think there's any more questions. Yep, we good. All right, Val.
It's time.
It's time, man, for your trivia questions. Are you ready?
Time for me to dash all of their hopes instantly.
And dreams. So, have the chat closed.
Oh, I have no chat up, trust me.
Oh, perfect. So, there's, obviously, we are going to give you your 50-50 and ask the chat, all right? And if you can get 7 out of these 10, Val, somebody in the chat will win a welcome moon, okay? Now, quick thing about you guys in the chat. Faye won the last welcome moon, just heads up. Congrats, Faye. If you guys want to enter into the welcome moon, you need to leave a comment after this stream is over. Just leave a comment. You can just say hi, whatever. I just need a comment, and then I'll have it picked randomly from one of the comments, and boom, we'll get the winner. I'll get in contact with you and get you your welcome moon sent right over. All right. All right, so let's start this.
Hope you guys ain't expecting shit.
Yeah, you might not want to expect anything from him. All right, ready,
These
Val?
trivia's are hard. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. What is the official title of the Windborn Bard Venti's character event wish? A. Goblets and Ballads. B. Ballads and Goblets. C. Ballad in Goblets. Or D. Goblets and Ballads.
You said the same thing 3 times.
You have the screen open, right?
No. I
Okay,
turned
here.
everything off.
Let me do this for you. I'll just DM you the things.
I turned it all off.
You turned it all off. Okay. No problem, no problem.
Yeah,
no
everything's
problem.
off.
No problem. Just give me a second. Let me upload you all the questions. Without the answers, of course. Of course. I'm gonna just send you all 10. So
I mean, we
just-
only gonna get the 3 anyway, so it's all good.
Dang, that's how you feel? You ain't even gonna try for them?
No, I'm gonna try. It's just how much faith I have.
Dang. Y'all
you
need
like,
to...
You like questions like these where they literally 3 of the same answer, just a very slight difference in wording.
It's pretty
I
obvious,
know-
though.
It's just gonna get me. All right, let me get the very first one. Was the official title Windborn Bard Venti's character event, which Goblets and Ballads and Goblets. I'm gonna go with B. Final answer.
B. That's your final answer.
Yeah.
Sorry, bruh. It's C. Ballads and Goblets.
See, I told you guys.
Yo,
I knew Ballad was the first one, but I couldn't remember and or M. I was like, I know it's Ballad and something.
Yo, this man is not about to win you guys off.
I warned you guys.
Yo,
I'm telling you, his
okay.
wording. He did the same thing. The same thing to left.
He didn't even think about it. He said Ballads and Goblets. Oh,
I know
easy.
it started with Ballad, and I had a 50-50 chance. I took it.
All right, here we go. Next, number 2. What is the name of the rune type machine added to the game in version 1.2? The Chalk
Raider.
Prince and what?
Raider.
Okay.
B.
All right. You got it. Dang, he didn't even let me finish. Okay. Hey, feeling yourself, no problem.
That's something I could remember, dude.
Okay. How often does the Abyssal Moonspire reset? A. Once a month. B. Once a week. C. Twice a week. Or D. Twice a month.
1st and the 15th. That's D.
Alright. You sure?
Absolutely.
Okay. You got it. Alright, so you're 2 for 3. Solid start, solid start, solid start. Okay.
We're getting there.
Alright. Number 4. What is Child, aka Tartaglia's ascension skill? A. Attack. B. Crit damage. C. Hydro damage bonus. Or D. Crit rate.
You see, a history lesson for you guys. This would mess me up if there wasn't a big stink about it. Because in the beta, whenever we first found out about Child, he had crit rate in the beta, but then they swapped it to hydro damage bonus, and everyone was upset because they wanted the crit rate instead. So I'm gonna go C, final answer.
Positive.
Positive.
C is correct. Okay, Valk, I see you. I see you, Valk. I see you. All right. Question. Hold up. Question number 5. Which of the following is responsible for Chi-Chi becoming a zombie? A. The Fatui Harbingers. B. The Cataclysm. C. The Adepti. Or D. Ayaksha.
You know, I told you about Shalor and how I know everything, right? And
Yeah.
what's messed up is there's 2 correct answers for this. Because he is an Adepti and he is a Yaksha. So I gotta go D because it's specifically him. She was in a cave because she was a herd picker. She was in a cave, and whenever Xiao was fighting something outside said cave, because she was in there hiding, the cave collapsed on top of her. And she clung to her life so hard that she froze time around her. And eventually, Xiao was also the one that would revive her using Adeptal power, because he's also an Adepti. And because of that, she went berserk because of the Adeptal energy. So they had to put that talisman on her hat, the talisman you see all the time that everyone memes, to actually keep her in control of herself. That's why her emotions seem so dead, because of that talisman. Because otherwise she'd be going berserk due to the Adeptal energy.
One second, I need to double check something with the person that made this.
They are the same answer. I'm just letting you know that.
You're saying Zhao was the one that revived Chi-Chi?
Yes, absolutely. They never specifically say it, but it is very, very, very hinted to that it was Xiao. I told you it's Xiao lore. Anything to do with Xiao lore, I know. Xiao is very hinted to as the one that killed Chi-Chi.
Hold on. Gonna double check my facts real quick.
Because Xiao's also the one who revived her. Because he felt really, really bad about it.
I'm reading it up and double checking. It's saying that Mountain Shaper is the one who sealed her in amber.
No, it sealed her in amber after she went berserk. Yeah, that is what happened. That was after, but the thing is exactly what I was talking about, the lore of the cave collapsing around her. That's what specifically killed her. But she came back because Xiao's the one that killed her, that made the cave collapse. Because like I said, she was an herb picker. She was out picking herbs, and then the battle broke out between Xiao and a demon, or whatever the hell it was fighting. It says specifically what he was fighting. And so she went to hide in a cave. Xiao caused the cave to collapse. So she clung, like, you can read this in how she got her vision. It's actually in her little line.
Think of this. All I know is that the answer should be C, an Adepti. We never, you see, I've never heard.
I'm telling
that
you,
was Xiao.
it's like, you can go look. All right, you go look in her, like, vision line. It's in her, how she got her vision. I remember it very specifically. She's specifically killed by the cave collapsing, and she clung on to life so hard that she froze herself as she was dying. And then it's very hinted to that Xiao revived her. She went berserk from the Adeptal energy, and I guess I was wrong about the talisman thing, but that... So Moonshaper froze her, or trapped her in amber. I guess maybe Baiju's the one who gave her the talisman shit. I don't know. But the talisman is what keeps her.
I'm reading right here.
up in-
Chi-Chi's vision was given to her in the last moment of her life. She wanted to stop the clock from turning. She wanted to live happily again. She feared death. She wanted to live. She missed her family. These feelings blessed at last into ice. If only I could freeze time. How wonderful that would be. As she thought thus, tears fell from the moribund girl's eyes upon the vision that had appeared before her. The mighty and illuminated Adepti all acknowledge this as a legitimate form of illumination. The yearning of humanity for bygone days is, after all, a desire to protect that past. But that doesn't really say Xiao.
And this is what has always hinted me to Xiao, is I believe Xiao has a specific line for her and vice versa.
Okay, hold on.
She's like, her line is like, where did I hear that name before or something? If you know the thing about her, she doesn't remember anything. And then Xiao, I think, has a specific line for her. I'm not 100% on Xiao. But I know for a fact she has a specific line on him.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
It doesn't like tell you anything specific. But like I said, there's enough clues. Like, it's never directly stated who exactly killed Chi-Chi. But it's very hinted towards Xiao specifically. I used to go in this all the time. I actually have an entire video on this.
Remind me, have I met him before? That's what she says.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me, have I met him before?
Like I said, this is a... I got you all messed up because I actually really like this one. Like I said, it's Xiao lore. I like Xiao's lore.
I don't know, man. I feel like, I don't know. Let give me a
second. That's up to you. You're the quest guy. I'm just telling you.
No. Let me. Because I'm not getting anything definitive here. That's the problem.
There isn't anything. I told you that. It's never specifically stated who killed Chi-Chi. It's only hinted. Because she was in the cave collapsed, she froze time, froze herself. Xiao, at least from what I can gather, Xiao felt bad. They revived her using adeptal energy. She went berserk, frozen in amber, unfroze from amber, and then Baijo gave her talisman, if I remember correctly, because like I said, I forgot about the amber shit. Baijo gave her talisman to control the adeptal energy and control her emotions. That's why she's emotionally dead. That talisman controls her.
Oh, the main thing is this. I've read the thing about it, and it states adept and adepti. It never stated Yasha. That's the issue. But you know what?
That's why I said they're like the same thing.
I'm gonna do this.
That's why I was like confused.
Chat, I'm gonna let you guys choose. He picked D. The answer is supposed to be C. So should he get it or should he not? I'll let you guys pick. You guys got a minute. Yes or no?
I told you, if it involves anything, and I do mean anything to do with Xiao, I know my lore, because I really like Xiao's lore. It's dope. And Chi-Chi's one of the things, because it's always been a going theory that Chi-Chi killed Xiao. I mean, not Chi-Chi killed Xiao, that'd be sick. But Xiao killed Chi-Chi. Like I said, it's never specifically stated. Ever. Nowhere did they say Xiao killed Chi-Chi, ever. They just hint at it.
Seems like they're gonna let you have it. I'll let you have it. So that makes 4 out of 5. Right.
Got you.
Okay.
So you should read up on it later. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, I'll double check it. All right. Question number 6. Of the following, which is not a possible elemental combination of the Lord of Bishops Azdaha in his Trounce domain beneath the Dragon Queller? Electro and Cryo, Hydro and Electro, Pyro and Cryo, or Pyro and Electro?
I'm going to use my 50-50 here.
Oh, wait. Dang. Hold up. Oh, dang. You're actually 5 out of 7. Sorry. Sorry, 5 out of 6. You want to use your 50-50 here?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, for your 50-50, I'm going to limit it down to A and C. So, A, right. Electro and Cryo.
I'm going to let you know the little things you sent me. I can't see the answers, so you have to read them back to me.
Yeah, I'm about to. A is Electro and Cryo, and C is Pyro and Cryo.
I've actually had Pyro and Cryo on me a couple times, so I'm going to go with A, because it's not possible, right? Yeah. I don't think I've seen Electro and Cryo, but I know I've gotten tapped by Pyro and Cryo because it's one-shot me. And I was like, ooh! So I'm going to go with A.
A is correct. Wow. Wait a second. Hold up. Oh my god, I had the wrong question up. My big.
No, you didn't. The answers are wrong.
Oh, did I mess up somewhere? Which of the following is
Yeah,
possible?
there's like 5 and 6
might
had the
be.
same answers on them.
Yeah.
That's why I was telling you I can't see them.
Oh, something happened when I did that, I guess. I mean, it might be on that one, but yeah. Luckily, I read it out.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
literally like, I'm not looking ahead, so
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what the questions are.
No, but you are right. So you're now 5 out of 6. Okay? Let's go to question number 7. All right, here we go. Question number 7. What is the name of the kingdom that Fischl rules over? And I'm gonna be real with you, I cannot read most of these. So
I'm gonna just let you know right ahead of time so you don't have to. I'm going with C because it's German, and C I believe means kingdom. Like from what I know from Right, and Immernacht means like eternal night kingdom. I'm pretty sure is what this translates to, just based off like the little words I can see.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with C.
All right, C is your final answer?
Yeah.
C is correct.
The few words I know in German came in super handy there. The very few words. I know like Reich means like kingdom because you know the Nazis and all that.
Yeah.
Nacht is night, so I'm assuming this means like eternal night kingdom.
Nice. Okay. Question number 8. And this is the if you can get this question right, you actually win them the Welcome Moon. So,
Dear God.
question number 8. The Chivalric
I know
Blossom,
this one. I'm gonna let you know right now. I
Noel's
know.
Elemental Burst, Sweeping Time provides all of the following except A. Attack damage converted to geo damage. B. Increased AoE, increased attack AoE. C. Increased defense. Or D. Attack increase which scales on Noel's own defense. So what's the answer?
I feel like you made this specifically for me because I have a friend who mains Noel. Well, whenever you played, and he would not shut up about how good Noel was, to the point where I know everything about that character in and out now. And it is, what is it? Accept, right? Because all of these are true. Yeah. So it's going to have to be C, because she doesn't increase defense, but she can get up to about 118% defense to attack conversion. So she gets bonus defense out of it, but she doesn't increase her own defense in any way.
C is correct. Nice. Okay. You want to try your hand at the last two?
We're already here. Might as well, man.
All right.
I feel like you just. I mean, we can count the one as an L and keep going, right?
Yeah.
The one that was up for discussion. See if I would have got it anyways.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay. What is Vigilant Yaksha Zhao's true name? I didn't make these questions. I promise you, I didn't make these questions.
You already know I know this one.
I think most people know this one now.
It's B.
Alatus. That is correct.
Alatus Nemiosos. That's his full true name.
Nicely done.
Because it's also the name of his constellation. Fun fact. It's Alatus Nemiosos.
Okay. All right. Finally, question number 10. At world level 5, how much Mora do you receive when paying 20 original resin to an open ley line of wealth? A. 52k. B. 60k. C. 55k. Or D. 50k.
I know you get 60 at max, but I also know it doesn't start that.
I mean, you still have Ask the Chat.
I don't even think the chat knows on this one. I'm gonna be real. There ain't nobody been world level 5 in a minute. So I'm gonna be real. There ain't no point asking chat, but it's world level 5. So if we say, for example, 60 is the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna assume it's not the lowest because 5 is weird. So if we take like linear scaling to the point where you're going to like 60, then it have to be like 52, right? Because it's gonna be weird. It's not going to be just straight up to 50. It's not going to be like 45, then 50, and then it goes up fucking between 45 levels, only like 10 more. And it's only 5, so it couldn't be 55. Because I know you get 60, because I get 120k every time I pop a condensed resin on one. So I'm going to go with A, 52.
A is correct. Let's go. You got 9 out of 10. Wow. You only missed the first one.
Because there's wording, man. You had me tripped up in wording. That was like the one way I knew I was going to get rolled, was wording.
It's funny because number 1 set actually considered easy. Oh wow!
I knew I was gonna get rolled by wording.
Nicely done, man. Nicely done. Well, that means you guys are definitely going to be earning yourselves a welcome moon after this. So, again, if you guys want a chance at the welcome moon, make sure to comment on this video after the stream is done, okay? So, anyway, other than that, though, we have hit our time for the stream. Valk actually won the welcome moon, which is surprising, so congrats to whoever eventually wins that. But yeah, other than that though, we should have a special guest next week. I don't know who, because the guest that I planned for this week fell through. Actually, we're probably gonna have Cleex. We'll see. Clees soon. I can't say his name. It's weird, but yeah, we're probably gonna have that person. Got some bees? No, thank you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Greatly appreciate all you guys. Oh, and we're looking at it now. It seems like the Hydro Yaksha tied with the Electro. And Pyro pulled ahead of Geo, so just gonna end the poll right there. We had 30 votes. Feels good, man. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching the stream. Greatly appreciate every single last one of you guys. Now, in the next 30 minutes, please comment on this video. You know, what you thought about the stream. Did you enjoy yourself? Are you guys going to roll for Kazuha? Are you looking forward to 3.0? Whatever it is. In the next 30 minutes, make sure to comment on this video and we'll pick a winner for the welcome, okay? Other than that, though, greatly appreciate you guys coming out and then hanging out and, you know, just enjoying the stream. That's all I really got to say. You know, Valk, anything from you?
Nope. Hopefully you guys had a good time. Enjoy your welcome.
All right. One you welcome, big. All right. Anyway, hope you guys take it easy and Latom.
Peace.